With just 13 days left, that's what we are now talking about. Matt Dowd, John Carr, our political team here. And, you know, this conversation did continue beyond what we saw just there in Tom's piece. We wanted to take a look at that and get your reaction on the backside here. Here it is.
I want to hear your words, Bill Clinton, sexual predator. I dare you. Say Bill Clinton, sexual predator.
Mr. Speaker,
disbarred by the Arkansas bar. Disbarred by the Arkansas bar. $850,000 penalty.
Excuse me, sir. We on the Kelly File have covered the Clinton matter as well. And the polls also show that the American public is less interested in the deeds of Hillary Clinton's husband than they are in the deeds of the man who asks us to make him president, Donald Trump. We're going to have to leave it at that. And you can take your anger issues and spend some time working on them, Mr. Speaker. Thanks for being here.
And you too.
Well, and there you have it. We have just a few days left until this election. I'm just curious what the Trump team thinks they have to gain by taking on Megyn Kelly with so few days left, Matt.
Well, my guess is that wasn't a strategic episode that they wanted to happen in the course of this, but they're going to, as they always do, going to defend it. This happens. I've been involved in a lot of campaigns. At the end of a campaign, there's a lot of stress. There's a lot of frustration. And usually some people lose their mind in the course of that and don't know how to respond to it. It actually, Newt Gingrich actually reminded me, remember the character from Peter Pan, Toodles, who lost his marbles? Right. That's what that reminded me of.
Wow. All right. Wow, Matt.
Matt's going to get the tweet now.
Newt Gingrich on line one. But speaking of that tweet, let's go back to that. Saying, watch what's going to happen to Megyn Kelly after this election.
Well, you never get, one thing, you never get in a fight with a referee. That never helps. And Tommy Lasorda used to say, don't fight with somebody that buys ink by the barrel, right? And if Donald Trump has a problem with women, why would you want to get in a fight with one of the most popular women broadcasters on cable news?
Yeah, makes no sense. And John, let's bring you in on this now. This is another issue that doesn't seem to be going away for Donald Trump. And there are new polls out. But what are these polls reflecting? Does this affect?
Well, look at our poll, our tracking poll. Donald Trump is down 17 points among women. You do not get elected president of the United States if you were down 17 points among women. He needs to gain some ground. There will be a gender gap. He needs to close it. It can't be a Grand Canyon of a gender gap, and obviously this doesn't help. But ironically, Gingrich was complaining about not paying attention to the issues during this exchange, and he guaranteed, again, they would go off in this other direction.
But let me ask, based on that poll and that gender gap that you point out, because Donald Trump in the last couple of days has promised a Brexit here in America, the shocking outcome in the UK. They woke up the next morning to that surprise. He says that's exactly what he's going to pull off here. Do you think that's possible?
Well, first, the Brexit thing is a myth. If you look at the numbers in the Brexit thing, the majority of the polls going into that election had Leave winning in that. It was a very dead even race. It was a very dead even race going in. Today, the race, as John says, we have it at 9. Average is at 7. It's very hard to overcome that.
All right. Not impossible. Not impossible. You can close the gap, but
this close to impossible.
Yes.
We got a duel here at the end of the day.
Saying he's got a chance.
Exactly.
Well, thank you both.